northwest corner. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be doing kind of an old school meal. I'm going to do beef roast, roasted potatoes, and carrots, and it's all going to be done in one pot. So to get started, I've got my Ninja Foodi. I've got it on the slow cook function on high, and I have I can read it. This comes from Black Label, the little farm market down the road. This is a beef round rump roast, boneless, and it's 3.25 pounds. The interesting thing about this is this is how fresh their meat is. This was just packed on $3.19, and I think I bought it 2 weeks ago. So it comes right from the processor, right to their freezer, right to the customer. So that's another great thing about having the little farm market down the road. And then I have the small creamer potatoes and a package of whole carrots. Now we won't put the potatoes and the carrots in until probably 3 hours into the cook time, 3-4 hours, because I'm going to roast this probably until, I don't know, about 5 o'clock or so. And when I do my roast, I always just start them out in the Ninja Foodi. I'm going to open it up, stick it in here. And I'm sorry for my voice today. I still got this darn cold and I'm all plugged up. So it actually snowed yesterday. I told you winter wasn't over with. She decided to come back and not play nice, right? Alright, so there's the roast. It's in the pan. And then I season it up with salt. And I'm going to use a little bit more than normal because we have potatoes and carrots that's going to go in it as well. Got some black garlic. And it doesn't want to come out very fast, so we're just going to, here we go. You want to season it heavy because it is a big piece of meat. I always start my roast from frozen 9 times out of 10. I have cooked them from just thawed stage as well. And my little secret ingredient is beef base. This is beef base with no MSG. And I don't measure. I'm not a measure person. I just pour it on liberally. And the nice thing is there's no MSG, which is salt in this, so it's not going to make it salty tasting. And I get this from our little discount store where I live. Check your discount stores. You're gonna find out that you're gonna be able to get some nice things. You know, some good ingredients. And then I'm gonna cut this onion real quick. Throw it in there. It's about a medium onion. You can add more onion or don't put onion in it at all. And I always take that very first layer of skin of the onion, not the onion peel, but the first layer of onion. I usually take that off only because sometimes it's wrinkly or it's been damaged or whatever. So I'm just going to rough chop these, toss them right in. And you can use more onion, like I said. Okay. All right, so now we've got our salt, our pepper, our black garlic, our beef base, no MSG in there. And I don't cover my roast up when I make them. I just dump some water in here. So this is 48 ounces. I don't know that I'll use it all. And 48 ounces is just 3 cups. Yep, we're probably going to use all of it because it's a big roast. So we'll cover it up. We're going to cook it for about 6 hours. And then when I get ready to add the potatoes and the carrots to finish the cooking on it, I'll bring you on back. All right, welcome back. The roast has cooked for a little over 6.5 hours. I reset the timer on this for 6 hours, so it's been cooking for 6.5 hours in the pot. And now we're gonna add our potatoes and our carrots, but I'm gonna have the cameraman zoom in and let you take a look at it.
It smells really good.
It sure does. And I'm just gonna give it a flip-see here real quick before I add that in. And as you can see, it's pretty darn tender. Now, I did this earlier and I ended up getting beef broth all over me. And I had to change my shirt. So, and that's just the broth. It's not burning on it. So if you can see though, it's real tender. See how tender it is? That's what you want. So I've got about 3 pounds of baby potatoes, and this is about 5 pounds of carrots. I don't know that I'll use all the carrots, but we really like carrots in our pot roast. And anything that we don't eat tonight, I'm gonna use it for another recipe tomorrow. So I'm gonna add my carrots in first. You can dump them in or whatever, but I just don't wanna get splashed with this beef broth. I know how hot it is. And then when I do this, when I put my veggies in, I add butter to it. It's my little secret weapon. So I get my carrots in. I'm gonna add a little bit of butter, put my potatoes on top. And the potatoes do not have to be in the broth in order for them to cook, especially in your foodie. Now that we've got most of the wet there filled up, dump the rest of those in. And I've added butter to my roast for years. So, I mean, you do it when you cook a steak or something on the grill, you know, you let it rest with butter on it. So I'm gonna do about that much down here, that much in the center, and that much down there. I know, very odd, huh? But, and then I'm gonna dump my potatoes right in. And like I said, they do not have to be down in the broth because there is enough heat coming off the foodie when it cooks that these potatoes will all cook. All right, so we're gonna put the lid back on it. And we're gonna go ahead and let this hang out for, I don't know. We'll cook about an hour and a half. So it'll be about 6 o'clock, 6:15 when we're ready to eat, and we'll just bring you back. All right, welcome back everybody. So the roast potatoes and carrots are finished. Cameraman, you wanna come take a look in the pot before I start pulling it out?
There it is.
I got a couple pretty bowls here. Normally I don't, I just leave it on a big tray for everybody, but we'll do fancy bowls for y'all. And this is your potatoes, and they're all cooked. Liquid wasn't on them. You can see here, I'll break one in half. Watch. See? Nice and cooked. So they didn't need to be in the water. That's why I say don't fill your roast up and drown it. These are just the baby potatoes, red and yellows. We like these for roast. But I have used regular russets. Usually though, if I do big ones, I'll just cut them in half. So they get nice and seasoned inside of the potato too. We're almost done with the potatoes, and then we'll get the carrots. been a yucky day outside today. Cold, rainy, well, misty. It was foggy this morning. Okay, there's taters. And you can put whatever you want inside of your roast. We do potatoes and carrots. I'll do cabbage sometimes. Jamie doesn't like cabbage, so I usually make sure that my sons are coming because they like cabbage. My mother-in-law likes cabbage as well. And she's always like, "Did you put cabbage in it?" "No, your son doesn't like it." "Oh, that's right." Use the little scooper here now. And this will get some of the onions out of it as well, because I did do that onion. This is just a nice meal to just put in your cooker and let it go, whether it be your foodie or a crock pot or even in the oven. My mom used to roast them in the oven, get a roasting pot. And she'd do this. She'd put a roast in there and then cook it and then add her potatoes and cabbage and carrots. One time she tried to kill us, I think, with garlic. She put way too much in there and the whole house, whew, it was everywhere. It smelled like garlic for a week.
And the carrots just keep coming.
And the carrots just keep coming. I told you, I put 5 pounds in here. Because we like carrots, and what we don't eat tonight, I'm using for another recipe tomorrow, so. Look, we're down to the last one. There it is. The last carrot. And now, for the main attraction. And hopefully I don't drop this. Because like I said earlier today, oh, I missed a carrot.
I knew it wasn't done.
Dropped this piece of meat and I had hot beef broth all over my shirt, all over me. And look, guys, another carrot. All right. Now, with your broth, you can make a gravy if you want a gravy. We're not gonna because we did whole potatoes. We've got our carrots and our roast. Real simple. Remember, it's just however big a piece of meat you want. Season it how you want it. Like I had salt, pepper, black garlic, onion, and when I was cooking it, I did sprinkle in some rosemary. So, but anything that you want to season with, totally fine. Don't cover your roast completely with water. Do it about halfway. I always cook from frozen. You can cook from fresh, frozen. Your kitchen, your rules. You do what you want. We cooked it for about 6 hours, and then I did the carrots and the potatoes inside. I sprinkled just a little bit of salt on the potatoes as they were cooking. Let it cook for an hour and a half, and you have dinner. So we're not going to do a taste test on this, obviously, because it's a pretty simple, easy meal. But I hope that you guys try this out. Oh, and I did put that butter in the end. Like I said, when I add my potatoes and carrots, I always add butter. It's something I've done for years. So if you guys could like this video, subscribe, share, hit the bell to be notified of our upcoming videos, and we will see you all in the next. Have a good night.